about our own, what's happening at the Npfl, the games at the weekend. We'll talk about the Npfl and all today. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin. Today, we'll talk about the Europa League and Nigerian Professional League. Good morning, also.
Good morning, Godwin. Another interesting weekend of football coming ahead, and again, wonderful weekend of midweek of European competition. You get goes everywhere, goes flying everywhere. So some of us now will be happy, some of us will be sad because our teams did not deliver on the night. Talking about Liverpool and the rest of them, but again, another fantastic weekend of football coming ahead in the Npfl. I hope we don't come back and turn a corner because we keep turning a corner. I hope we don't turn the corner to lead us back to where we started in the first place. But again, I expect flurry of goals this weekend.
Good morning, John.
Yes, good morning to you, Godwin. Good morning to all our Super Sports fans and football maniacs. You know, this midweek has been a fantastic midweek. Talking about EPL teams doing us proud. Talking about guys in the Europa League pulling up solid wins, solid numbers here and there. Same thing also if you look across other competitions, and at the end of the day, all those performances have been stellar. And we can't wait to get into the weekend because we've got crazy games going on this weekend, and I'm super excited to get into all those games.
Good morning, and also I understand what's happening throughout this Europa League, goes everywhere. Let's see. We're going to talk about some of the games that happen in the Europa. We'll talk about some of the games that happen in the Europa League today. I'll talk about the Npfl because Npfl, we have to talk our own. We'll see what is happening at the Npfl and all. Okay, let's start with Europa League, and I'll give you some of the results that happened yesterday. We'll talk about some of them. Celtic. Let's talk about the English boys first. So Aston Villa beat Young Boys 2-1. So fantastic for Aston Villa to win that game 2-1. Nottingham Forest are flying. They beat Malmo 3-0. Sean Dyche has been doing a very fantastic job. Hopefully, he keeps winning. The highest score line in this Europa League is Lyon went away to Israel. To Maccabi Tel Aviv to beat them 6-0. Fantastic for them. Goals everywhere. Roma beat Midtjylland 2-1. Fantastic for Roma. Yeah, Gasperini has been doing even in the top of the league in the Serie A. So he moved from Atalanta to Roma and he's doing well. That's how football was. Again, Ludogorets won Celta Vigo 3-2. And Celtic, even though Johan Acho was on the bench for Celtic, they went away to Netherlands to beat Feyenoord 3-1. Johan Acho was on the bench and didn't play anything part of that game. Disappointed because the coach that brought him,
He's no longer there.
So he has to now find a way to fight his way back. Yes, to this team. Bologna beat Salzburg 4-1. Genk beat Basel 2-1. Okay, go ahead. Eagles lost at home to Stuttgart 4-0. Panathinaikos 2, Sturm Graz 1. Rangers and Braga played a 1-1 draw. Real Betis and won their game against Utrecht 2-1. Okay, let's talk about Aston Villa because Aston Villa has been doing well in this Europa League. Obviously, okay, finally, FC Porto beat Nice 3-0. Aston Villa has been doing well when it comes to their coach is a specialist of. When it comes to Europa League, he is specialist there.
Because he don't do one now.
Now 4 times he has won that competition and he has been doing well. But good game for Aston Villa. They started this league this particular season very, very poorly. They couldn't score a goal in a couple of games. Once they won that game and scored against Bologna, they started flying. I think they are 4th or 5th on the table too.
It's been a good run for them. You know, we talked about that dry patch where they couldn't score a goal. We talked about the man up forward who wasn't scoring for a couple of weeks this season. We also talked about what could be the problem, what could be the issues there, because apart from the initial signings they made last 2 seasons and last season, they've been selling so far. And we also spoke about a couple characters that, you know, they've had to bring in and had to bed into the team. I feel like it wasn't anything talent-wise that was a problem. It was always just in their own head. Like we see it with a couple of other teams in Europe. You have 55 touches in the 18-yard box, but you can't find where the net is. But they've turned the corner, and like so we keep saying, they are not turning another corner. They are on that path now, going forward in the competition. And I think that yesterday's performance was a coming out moment of Daniel Malen, because Daniel Malen took the team on his shoulders yesterday and performed. He brought out the numbers that we were looking
Yeah, he
for.
scored
Two goals in
yes,
that
he did,
encounter.
yes. Scored 2 goals in the first
Fantastic
half,
run
yes.
for him, and I think that it helps them continue up the trajectory where they are in the Europa League. There's still a question about the man up forward who is not scoring right now. You will answer it when the time comes, but good win for them.
Yeah, Garnacho not Garnacho's though.
Sancho.
Started and played
Sanchizi.
90 minutes, even though he didn't have a goal. But they tried in this game.
DJ.
Even Lindelof started in this one.
No,
So
I think Victor, every time he comes in for the Aston Villa side, he's been fantastic for defense.
he's not played much. This
That's what I'm saying. I
season.
say anytime we enter, I'm not saying they play much, but anytime we enter that defense line, he's been okay for them. He's been an okay player, especially with the missing out of Mings, who's out of on injury. But again, Dalomalen, Morgan Rogers, these are the players you need to look at. There's one guy they brought in yesterday, this is not Guessland. If they guess the passes so he go make. Guesson. I mean Guessland.
Is Guesson, French name.
That guy, I don't know where they got that guy from. But I think that guy is one of the pieces in that midfield that will be a very long time. If you put that guy with another in midfield, you're winning both area doors and ground doors. You're winning every ball on the air, and maybe second balls you're winning it as well, because that guy was almost everywhere. And I think he was the one who created the chance to lead to the second goal for the Malen, with him getting that pass to Morgan Rogers, and Morgan Rogers picking out Malen for the second goal. Was a fantastic move for him though, getting the ball, getting in position and playing the pass forward. But again, I feel like this Aston Villa side, we've seen all the players they sold and the few players they brought in. I think they were looking for time to bed in the first 4 weeks, and after that first 6 weeks of them bedding and the Europa League starting it, I just feel like they've hit that corner where they need to start winning all 3 points. And for the past 5 games, they've been on a winning run.
I'm not necessarily convinced, because
You know, convinced because
if you see in the last game, Donyell Malen was played up forward and Ole Watkins was left on the bench. So far this season, he's having a season to forget. So far, 5 games in the Europa League, no goals. 12 games in the Premier League, 1 goal. It's a season to forget for him, and something is going to have to happen somewhere in the season when Donyell Malen and the other characters that are scoring now may not score. Aston Villa could suffer in the sense that they could not pick up the wins.
Form, now, I think they say form is temporary. Form is temporary, class. When he picks his form, you will see him scoring those goals. But I feel like it's just squad rotation at the moment, because if you look at Aston Villa since this season, they've not started one complete squad 3 times in a row. There's always squad rotation in that side, always rotating one player or 2. So I just feel like it's time for them to bed. And they've done well.
They won that game comfortably, but let's see how long they are going to go in this competition. They are going to finish. Maybe if they continue, they're going to finish that top 8. We're going to talk about the table later. Nottingham Forest beat their opponent Malmo 3-0. Since their coach took over, he has been picking up points, picking up games, winning games. Sometimes some people will say, keep starting them until you get the right person. He worked for Chelsea at some point, even though they now want to build with Maresca. But at the Abramovich era, one season they will sack you, 2 seasons past one they will sack you, bring it, and somebody will win it. Yes, but they won trophies. They won 2 champions. They won the Europa League. Won a lot of trophies during that period. So sometimes it works, but at least they have not first have found a coach. At least they can rely on, at least till the end of the season.
During the hire and fire period, they never won back-to-back Premier League.
They don't need to.
I'm just stating the obvious. They didn't win back-to-back Premier League.
They win trophies.
They didn't win back-to-back Champions League or European trophies or local trophies. So I'm still coming back to come and say that during the hire and fire is good though, because of the way Abramovich executed it. But Chelsea have not improved under that regime.
And number 2, you have to understand then there were a lot of top coaches, so you could always change coaches. But now, how many top coaches there are available?
For real?
All of them. No, top coaches there, but all of them they face retirement.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most of those coaches are now, you understand, they are old, they are moving on.
Let's be honest.
No
matter how you want to say, Chelsea signed and sat and brought and signed. Between 1986, during the sack and hire manager, Arsenal had about 6-7 managers. So Arsenal had about 13 managers with 6 Premier League titles. Man United, 6 managers. Chelsea 65. If the record is still correct in my head, between that 1986 till 2025.
I'm talking about
wait now.
Era.
In total, Abramovich era started in let's say early 2000s. Let's say 2000 or 2002. And between then till 25 years of that management, how many managers did they have?
But it worked for them.
They had about 12 managers within 20-something years. They had about 12 managers. While Arsenal was still picking up the Invisibles, Man United was still picking up trophies. Man Steven came and joined them and started picking up. So in the work, other teams that took their time to build won more trophies. Let's
Thank
say
you.
the only time we say okay, Chelsea had more trophy runs than other teams was between 2012 to 2018.
See, my
That
own
was
that
just 5 years.
Mhm.
When they had
Abramovich
not
era.
that's
Wait,
no it's
Abramovich era
I'm still talking about
delivered
it.
to Champions League.
Now they tell you Abramovich era delivered to Champions League between 2012 and 2022. Now I mean when they had the most trophy runs was between 2012 to 2018 when they had the most trophy runs when they were always winning either FA Cup, Premier League.
For all the trophy runs,
And for all
Abramovich
the
era
trophy
brought.
runs, the other teams had
Look
something
at
to show.
Manchester United, that same
see
era.
what I'm saying. Abramovich came in and pumped in money. Everybody understood that's where Man City got their blueprint. If you buy players, you win trophies.
That's not where City got their
That's where they got it. Because
when Saudi money touch your life, you will not buy players to
the
win
best team that
trophy.
actually bought players that much in one transfer window was Chelsea. Jose Mourinho. I think he bought about 9 players in that squad, and they won the league. Then started winning. He moved them to an era where they won a lot of trophies. So I don't want to dwell too much.
Pellegrini brought in plenty players when he was at Man City.
The point is that
Pellegrini signed like 7 or 8.
I'm just saying that Man City came in and started buying players. Whether it works or it doesn't work, but they were buying players and it started working. So
it's not about we keep.
My own is that
I'll go back to correct you that it's not about buying 1,000 players. It's about using those 1,000 players properly.
it does not matter. He works for Chelsea.
Man City buy,
Didn't he
you know
work
what for that?
See,
Pellegrini buy, you know what for that?
Man City won
Pep
the
buy.
title. You know that
Thank
Man City
you.
won. Man City won
Man
that
City
first.
won now.
Thank you.
Pellegrini reach Champions League semi-final. If na records, Pellegrini go Champions League semi-final, Man City no go. Man City win Premier League
So
title.
what is the argument?
Pellegrini for West Ham say buy 12 players. He don't win anything. It's not about buying players, but
Man,
using
so
those
let's
players
just have
well.
beef with
My own is
Pellegrini.
my own is that
Simple.
whatever Chelsea did with Abramovich worked. It's
Small.
as simple as that.
It works small.
Chelsea fans will do anything in this life to bring him Abramovich back to their club.
Yeah.
They will do because somehow he has
But
a
this
good
man don't give them World Cup champ. World Cup.
We're
They are world
talking
champion.
about Nottingham Forest. Forest won that game comfortably 3 goals. I think their
This
coach has
is
done
second clean sheet in
Yeah, he has
the
done.
European competition.
I think they beat
And again, Liverpool. So let's say if
They have done well.
you count in the past 5 games, they've scored multiple goals. They scored at least, I thought they just scored 2 goals in the last 5 games. Each of those games, they are scoring 2 goals plus. And they've kept about 3 clean sheets in a row. You now ask yourself, what was wrong with Angie's style?
You know what?
What was wrong with
I think
There's nothing wrong with
I
Angie's
think-
style.
No, what was wrong with Nuno Espirito Santo in the beginning of the season?
There was nothing wrong with Nuno Espirito Santo, nothing wrong with
Because
Angie.
now it just feel like now it
So
just
The
that
feel
doesn't-
like
common denominator is
See.
Marinakis. That's
See.
the common
No, I
denominator
think-
across everybody.
If it cannot be because
It's Marinakis now. What are you telling me now?
Nuno took this team to European sports last
Mhm.
season, and all of a sudden, there was a massive drop off.
They had a problem already now.
Not him and the player don't get problem. Him and board get problem. But all of a sudden there was a sudden drop off
You
within
know,
the
after
player.
3 games they sacked him.
Bro, what are you saying?
He cannot. Even if it's 4 games.
Go check who they played in those 4 games.
cannot
Don't
say
even
that
come
he had
and
a-
give me that.
I think
Don't give me that.
it's just because of the whole atmosphere.
Thank
in the club
you.
is just bad. But I think that what Sean Dyche has done is it does the basics. It does not do all those styling things, highlight.
John Back is not
Just-
here to change the way you play.
Just play
Maintain
defense.
what is
If you play,
simple.
no imparting anything. Move ball to the wings, cross it.
Play the fundamentals. Simple.
No
Fundamental
style.
football.
No imparting
God is
left
say,
back.
God is
Eh?
say, inverting full back. You know
And
the
then
high line, no
secondly-
consign now. Just everybody play your position.
Simple.
And
If
then
you reach the
secondly,
crosser-
if you're up front, I don't want to tell you that you should not run like this. You should stay here.
Just
Wait.
find a way and score goal.
Do your thing. That's the.
I think what it does.
But
is
again,
fundamental.
I think for Chonda what he has done better than every other manager in that team is improve his defensive play. You get that's one thing Chonda is always coming.
Everybody
and
knows that
see,
that's Sean Dyche's widget.
he will
Simple.
come and improve. No matter you want to say midfield, I see kudos to Elliot Anderson. He's been fantastic in that midfield. But again, defensive play for the whole team in general is just top notch.
Yeah.
You defend like a unit. You defend. I'm not even saying they are packing the box because in this game, if you see them play in this game, they were playing more of the offensive play.
No, so how
again-
is this defense better than what Nuno had last season? It's not. It's just basically the same thing.
No.
It's basically the same thing, bro. Don't tell me that one. Now still the same players, yes?
This defense is
Now
better than what
still
Nuno
the
had
same
last season.
players.
Because
Simple.
Nuno was playing 3 man at the back, off the midfield. There was a crowded midfield.
Now formation
But this
change.
man-
Now
wait
don't
now,
tell me that
but
one.
this man-
playing more 4 at the back.
Thank Thank you.
If you look at what Nunu played, if you look at the game as it progressed, it was more of the players, more of the bodies in the middle of the park, shutting down everybody that can hold the ball.
That's when you're on the possession moving forward, not so.
Back. So it's
when you're on the possession moving forward, not so.
No, even when you're defending, you like shut them. Because was playing further up, just to shove their midfield and close up that gap.
Now still the same four, nothing you want them.
Again, it was not this deep. Or like this line was not this deep.
For example, look at this game. He had 62% possession. They played. Like had 10 shots in total, 7 on target. Mamu had only 1 shot in the whole game and 0 shot on target, which that they played well and defended well. I think if you look at it, Anasa Forest fans, okay, they are happy now after they struggled and struggled.
I want to buy 4.
Yeah, struggled and early. The button, didn't have much time, so he was exited from the club. Then they brought in the Highline Master. Highline Master was losing games back to back, and they sacked him.
I wouldn't blame Angie at all.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There's some players their coaches should buy. They need a specific kind of players to play their kind of style of play. So it happens everywhere. Then they brought in this guy and he's been doing well. Fantastic game for him. They beat Malmo 3-0. Let's talk about some of the few games before we move over. Celtic went away to beat Feyenoord 3-1. Remember, Feyenoord is Van Persie is their coach. They lost at home, and Ihanacho, I was interested in Ihanacho playing that game because I want to see him come back to the Super Eagles because he has a unique feature. He has a unique characteristic in that when he plays football, like he can play as behind the striker very well and add to our attack, but obviously he did not play this game. He was on the bench, but good game for Celtic to win 3-1.
Yes, a good game for Celtic. New management, new feel, new vibe and everything, but I would just caution that you should be willing to work with everybody, not just freeze out players. We see managers do this nowadays. You come in, you want to freeze out big characters to set a marker. At the end of the day, now these guys will still bail you out. So good one for them. They won the game, but let's see if they are going to bring everybody in that team into the game. If you see the way they played that game, Feyenoord put up a fight, but it was not good enough on the night for them. And I think Celtic have a little bit more class than Feyenoord, and it showed in this encounter. There's nothing they could have done to come back into that game. So it's a good game for Celtic.
Okay, so let's move on to Roma. Roma beats Midtjylland 2-1. Good game for Roma.
We'll say who be Midtjylland, but again, Gasperini has done something nobody expects. Winning, coming off the back of winning the Europa League 2 seasons ago, and he's been that manager for Atlanta. But now he's switched sides to Roma, which all thanks was as a result of referral from Claudio Ranieri. But again, with this Roma side, you can see the way they play, all of them, Dybala and all that. He's done a good job with this side. He's brought them together. Defensive play is okay, offensive play is okay. The midfield is kind of not okay yet. It's not. I won't say it's where they need to be, but again, it's just okay for them. If they can win matches like this, it's just okay for them. But I think they need to improve more if they want to. See, they are top of the table now. They are going for. They are not singing treble.
In the Serie A,
I'm not saying now. I'm not saying they are top of the table in the Serie A, but they are not singing treble yet because it could be a Serie A season, a Europa League season, and probably an Italian Coppa Italian season as well for them. It could be a trouble for them, but again, they just focused on each game as they go. Winning their last game in the Serie A, topping the table with about 2 points or so, 27 points now on the table, and getting this win in the park, I think it's just a good one for Claudio Gasperini.
Gasperini did well in that game.
I want to call it now, but you can't leave on like that.
Okay, fantastic game. Lyon has the highest scoring team in this round of Europa League.
On to the next one. On to the next one.
Close to name.
On to the next one.
It's to be expected, but I don't understand.
See, not be about beat this person, beat this
It's
person.
to be expected.
Now manager they look. You can win 12-0 and still lose the next one. It's not come and win this one and dash the point. It's for Senka.
Outlandish about that.
It's Paulo for Senka. As long as it's Paulo for Senka, that almost sinks Roma. Even if you like making win this trophy, I will not still trust him to be a good manager. He's won this one, on to the next one. They did. I think they played a good. Joe will say it's not just this small team. Not small. The team not small. It's 11 against 11. Come up with the win. I think the biggest win in Europa League this season. Biggest win in Europa League this season. But again, on to the next one.
Yeah, for Leon, Tolisso scored 3 and had an assist in that game. Fantastic for these boys. For Leon, let's see who is going to win this Europa League and do very, very well. Okay, the league table in the Europa League, if you look at the top 8, I'll just give you the top 8 of the Europa League. Lyon have 12 points, and FC Midtjylland have 12 points. Aston Villa is third with 12 points. Fourth is Freiburg with 11 points. Real Betis, who lost their last game, have 11 points in 5th position. Ferencváros has 11 points. 7th is Braga with 10 points, and the final automatic qualification is FC Porto with 10 points. If you go down, Nottingham Forest has 16th on the table with just 8 points, so they are just close, but they need to just give in a couple of
Aston Villa is in the top 8.
Yeah, Aston Villa is in the top 8. It's Nottingham Forest that is down at 16th. Yes. Okay, one game at the Conference League. Our guys again, Crystal Palace, they lost again.
To
Strasbourg, 2 goals to 1. Yes. I don't know. I thought that they are going to run away with this. Conference League, but they are struggling.
Look at Strasbourg, and Bluco has run Strasbourg. I think they're improving side. They're a very good side. They're improving the way they play their matches, holding PSG to a 2-2 draw at some point, even though they lost that match. But look at the way they play. They are very strong side. And I think it's high time we stop underrating or undermining the French Ligue, because teams like this now, I want to start paying them. I want to start paying them small respect. You get when it comes to European competition, because these teams show up and show up. They show up and they perform. And Strasbourg yesterday night showed again why Crystal Palace need to do some check-ins. You get, this is, I think, back-to-back games they've lost in the Conference League. I thought Conference League Crystal Palace did there. It's coming back to England again. So in the last 4 Conference League titles, 2 don't come England so far. So if you add Crystal Palace to this one, it will be okay. It will be okay for us. But again,
okay, now West Ham. We want to talk about West Ham. I know now.
No, I say the last 4. In the last 4, 2 don't come England.
I'd say West Ham don't win.
Crystal Palace supposed to win them now. It's supposed to come back England again.
I disagree. In this encounter, you have a very big side, Strasbourg, going up against Crystal Palace.
Is big side.
An equally big side, but it's 2 giants in a game. You
Crystal Palace should be winning this one.
I disagree with you, bro.
Strasbourg just promoted from where? And they've been in the state. They've been in the league. They've not been in the league for up to 4 years. Let's be honest, they've not been in the league for up to 4 years. But Crystal Palace have been in the Premier League top 10 for more than 5 years now.
Bro, when you start to watch Ligue 1 first,
no be say you see relegate and come back, no be say you don't stay there for 4 years. You go and come back, I mean steady back to back. Like when if I want to brag about West Ham, I say I went to Europe 4 years in a row. It's not easy for anybody to talk. You get same thing as Crystal Palace. They've been in the Prem and in the top half of the Premier League table for more than 5 years. Strasbourg, they relegate, come back until Blue Corner is doing magic with them.
The bottom line is, for whatever I want to say about Strasbourg in history, or whatever I want to say about them,
in the
right
past 5
now
years,
in the moment,
they
are equal on par with Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace got a drop in last night. Simple. In the context of the Conference League, Strasbourg have to be favourites. Strasbourg, Crystal Palace, and a couple of other teams there have to be favourites.
Bro,
it's nobody's fault that they went there and they missed it. Betis went and they missed it. Yes, they missed it. How far?
Just beat them for finals.
Fiorentina 3 straight finals.
They are lost.
But no reason I'm moving.
They are lost.
But let's see. But I think that Crystal Palace should be doing well. If you wait, they are still 18 to just 6.4 games played, 2-1 and 2 losses in this conference league. I think they are going to qualify for the first 25, but everybody is targeting that top 8 so that you skip some games at the end of the beginning of next in January. But let's see where they are going to finish. But they lost that game away in France 2-1. Okay, let's quickly talk about the game that happened today in other leagues that's happening today in the top 5 leagues in Europe. In La Liga, Getafe will play Elche. Who wins in that game?
Getafe.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Getafe.
Okay.
After Elche just did a one off against Real Madrid last week, but again it's Getafe this week.
One off you didn't saw coming.
Didn't they draw against Real Madrid?
Now I talk now one off now. They also managed to
one off you didn't see coming.
We didn't see that. I thought now one off now. You just
they almost won that game.
They almost won. I even for Jude. Jude just rescue us.
Use handball.
He concern you.
I see that. Hey, they don't rub this.
That's in a handball.
Now Madrid, now you know supposed surprise. Now the way
I don't know how the whole thing about VAR in Spain But in England, once the ball touches your hand, whether it's intentional and it's not intentional and it needs to be a goal, they will cancel it.
Simple.
But everybody was expecting that one to cancel. They see this, no people say they see this, they see.
Wetin concern us? We win match. It's like we play 2-2 draw.
3-3 actually. Na 3-3 be that
Two.
game. That 2-2.
2 odd.
Okay.
We play 2-2 draw. No
But
be-
that one has passed and they got 1 point in that
So
one.
after this one now is Getafe. Getafe go show them premium shege.
Okay. And in the Serie A, Como is flying. Como is going to play Sassuolo. Who wins in that game? Everybody supports Fabregas. Everybody likes Fabregas in Italy. And if you look at the way they talk about him in Italy, you know people. They have one thing that is going to do well.
One thing with managers is just not about how you coach your team. It's one thing I've learned about managers so far this season or perhaps in all my life. It's not about how you coach your team. You get the respect of the media by how you answer questions during press conference. You share
I don't
the
think
love.
it's
You
just.
make-
I don't think it's just how you handle media, because if you handle media and you keep having poor results.
No, I'm
making
just saying.
it
I'm just saying.
simple.
See, you get result on the pitch first of all. That's first and foremost. Your basic job is to get result on the pitch, which is getting result. But again, there are some managers that still get result on the pitch and still get the backlash from the media. So, but Fabregas is getting result and he's also getting the support from the media as well. That's why I said it's not just about how you coach your team; it's about how you handle the press.
I think it's also about the club, because for crying out loud, you can have all the results you want to have on the pitch. If you are coaching Manchester United, there is already a propaganda against you and your team.
So you know.
QED.
So you know.
So that one, let's not even come and cap. That's reality. So Como, yes, enjoy it while it lasts. But my problem with Como now is that Real Madrid have an ace up their sleeves. At any moment, they can trigger these guys.
Nico pass.
Yes, and he will be out of.
Not be only an top. You know when.
Baba,
there was
don't
time
tell me.
Wait,
Not be only
see, you know there was a time I told you, Como went for most of the young best players that we really don't know. Unknown, but they are some of the best players you could have in your team as young players, and they went for many of them and they signed them into their club, which means they blended in a lot of youth and experience. And those players now, we are going to sing hype about Nico Pass, but there are other players that are there.
About that Nico Pass, Pass is going to go back to Real Madrid next summer. It's been agreed that it's going to go back. That guy can play football.
And there are some players in that side that we don't really talk about.
The sad thing though is that even going back to that Madrid, you know, show of shirt.
No, you show of shirt though.
You know, show of shirt, nothing you want tell me.
May I tell you why
you want bench for that midfield?
May I tell you why show of shirt?
Ah.
You know if you trust Chouameni, they go send and go center back.
No be attacking midfield that guy.
Now midfield now. Wait, now midfield. Now that's I'm coming.
And Agula did there.
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. In that midfield, you've seen Jude play more deep role in recent games.
Which I do not like though.
Yes. So now, and Agula played off the flank, or Valverde played off the flank.
Who is in this game?
But again, if he comes back to
please.
Real Madrid, it's going to be him, Jude, and Camavinga.
Oh, yeah.
In midfield.
You go there, bench. You go chop bench.
You go chop bench.
You
You go chop bench.
6 months, you go chop bench
You go
first.
chop bench.
You go chop bench.
You go there
No
strapped to the bench.
You know go there
first.
strapped. You go get
Okay,
match.
don't worry now.
You
Go
get
ask
game time.
Hendrik Alpha.
You will get game time.
Go ask Hendrik
Every
Alpha.
different. Unless they sack. If this man bring him in, unless they sack him.
Okay, let's see what happens in that game. Okay, in Germany, Borussia Mönchengladbach will play RB Leipzig in the other game. In Liga, Nets will play Rennes in the other game in Liga. Okay, let's jump quickly to the Npfl. I'll give you some of the news trending in Npfl before we talk about the games that happened in the Npfl. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at both FM Sports. Okay, news happening in Npfl. First, the TV deal. It's been 3 weeks. We are waiting for updates. We never hear updates for the TV deal. That deal was signed 3 weeks ago. The 2.1 billion deal to bring the Premier League matches back to TV. We are still waiting for it. It was been 3 weeks ago. And every day I check updates. Make I see what they go tell us. I never see.
Go their website. Go
I never see any. I never see any
Nothing.
news for 3 weeks now. I don't know what is wrong, but hopefully I don't know if it's going to happen this season or next season, but they should give us updates when this is going to happen. If it doesn't, it's not this season. Let's everybody prepare for next season. But
They are still seeking for more partnership. They never see.
maybe they do the one where they get now.
The data analytics Unko Alpha.
That's what I'm saying. Let they do
They are still seeking for more partnership. They never see. Partner, they still keep their money. They look them one eye.
Okay, we are hoping we hope that that will pull through so we can start watching, even if on the internet. I think that this particular TV that plays some of these games on YouTube, I don't want to call their name here, but they have a channel that plays some of these games. That's where we even watch Nigerian game live. was on YouTube. I watched it. I didn't watch. So this is important. We can put this, create a channel and stream this game. You don't even need to put it on normal TV. Stream, buy just the equipment and stream it online.
You know the funny thing. You don't even need the Npfl to do this for you. Go online, you will see clubs like City, Arsenal. They have they have a media production unit.
Yes, but they will not stream the game for you. The only person that can stream the game for you is the Premier League. Like can stream those.
That license is released by the Npfl.
Me and you are saying the same thing now. Until we find out what is in the deal, then we will.
America, you do not blow your horn anyhow.
Yeah,
it's normal thing. If you want to just do any small, like it's totally different. That does not mean that is the status quo or how it should be.
No matter, I know why you say standard of living. I'm just saying the request of what they are asking for 3.8.
They are not asking. No, they are not asking.
That is going to cost.
They are saying that they are
for one injury.
Are you the one treating the injury? Do you make the to send the player overseas?
No, now if somebody is injured, it takes him time to recover. You know, they go through all those recovery.
Would he be on salary throughout that period?
You pay salary throughout that period.
You pay the medical team.
If narrator they calculate, I understand.
It's normal now.
If narrator they calculate, I understand. But me they don't come tell me that say.
But let's see.
People go on injury. It's not the stadium that is the fault.
Let's see. Normally you don't have good stadiums in Nigeria, so that's part of things we are going to.
Be honest about it.
Okay, other news in the Npfl. Aluma has returned as the coach of Europa. He was suspended. He was sacked or suspended 2 months ago because of poor result. The assistant coach took over. He did not do well. They brought him back, so he is back to continue where he stopped after 2 months of the job. This is funny. I don't know if they started or suspended him. They just kept him in one place. Assistant coach.
No, they terminated the contract.
Okay, so he's been brought back to continue.
So it happened with Fidelis at some point now. It happened with our manager here.
Okay, but let's see if it's going to help them. What will do better. Okay, the African CAF ranking is out. The only 2 Nigerian teams made top 75. Only 2 Nigerian teams. Yeah, only 2 Nigerian, and it's Warri Wolves and Enyimba.
Warri Wolves reached there.
They reached the group stages of and they have been consistent and around. So, but let's see. Number 1 is already everybody knows is Ali of Egypt made it number 1. Obviously, they're always going to be number 1. But for Nigerian league, we need to start doing well if we want to do very, very well in these rankings, because it's these rankings that will help us. I don't understand, but our Nigerian league just need to improve. We just need to improve, because it cannot just be only 2 teams that are making top. Other teams other clubs are making somewhere around 100 and something and all. So remember, the Sundown finished 2nd. The highest ranking club place is the Nigeria Npfl is University United. They sitting 24th. Wow. Then Enyimba is in 35 position in that ranking, but let's see.
Not bad.
Okay, not bad. Okay, let's move on quickly to the games in the Npfl. Niger Tornadoes will play Remo Stars tomorrow. Bendel will play Wiki Tories. Rivers United will play Kano Pillars. Bayelsa United will play Katsina United on Sunday. Shooting Stars will play El Kanemi Warriors. Baru will play Kwara United. Enyimba will play Rangers International at 4 p.m. Warri Wolves will play National United. Ikorodu City will play Abia Warriors, and Kun Kalifatu will play Plateau United. Oriental Derby, Enyimba versus Rangers in Abbas Township Stadium is going to be a big game in that encounter.
Big game, no doubt. Big game. I'm just worried about our current away form. Worried about that. Also worried about our persistent inconsistency in results, and also worried, like so say, are we going to turn that corner and go back to where we started from? But it's a very big game that I feel they should take very seriously. A win is what is expected, nothing less. Yes. A win is what is expected. See, if you want to move forward, you have to raise your floor. You have to accept nothing less than what is required. And what is required right now is a win.
It's a win. No, so how you see that game go?
I don't know anything that you see, but again, I don't look that game. I'm looking into the future, and then they catch me for that game. But again, it's one of those games that we always look forward to. Both teams are struggling for a place. I would say, both teams are struggling for a place in continental finish this season. They are struggling for a place in the top 5, which I think Enyimba is about 4th on the table, while Enugu Rangers is about 7th on the table, if I am not wrong. if I'm not wrong, I think no, Enyimba is about 5th, not 4th on the table. Why Enugu is about 7th or 8th on the table, or 9th, if I'm not wrong. But again, it's going to be that game where Enyimba is looking for.
Actually, opposite.
Enyimba
is
is 5th.
Yeah, Rangers is 4th. Enyimba is 14th.
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking about Warriors, but again, it's one of those games where you know that Enyimba wants to come back to winning ways. I think they sacked their managers. They let go of Stanley Oguma recently, and they brought in somebody new, or they brought in somebody from the technical coaching staff, which is also one of those things you look at and you say, okay, fine.
Okay,
I hope Rangers just go there and get the
if,
points.
if Rangers win this game, they have 25 points. If other results go their way, they will go second on the table. That's why I like that and jump professionally. Just win 3 games in a row. They are in second position already.
That's the thing.
But let's see what happens.
In the beginning, I told you in an initial Gragra rush.
But let's see what happens. Okay, you can call us and give us your own contribution, especially what's happening in the Npfl. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Call us and tell us what you think about the Europa League and the things happening at the Npfl Nigerian Professional League, especially the game that will happen between Rangers International and Enyimba. Okay, let's take the first call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Name and location, please.
Yes, it's calling from
Okay, your contribution.
I just want to thank Nonso for trying to minimize people's pain, to make it look normal. Somebody got injured. The person we are thinking about that they are trying to use money, not how to save life. So he did very well on that score, you know. Don't take it seriously, especially when you go to injury. Everything we see everything as a part of corruption. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Okay. Yeah, truthfully, we need to look at our stadiums. Yeah, stadium, truthfully, bad environment and cause injuries too.
Definitely,
Yes,
no doubt about that.
And you know that you cannot compare the medicals in Europe and the medicals in Nigeria. Okay, the injury that will lead maybe 3 weeks might take you like 1 month here, so it's crazy. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Godwin.
Good morning to you. Name and location, please.
Yeah, this is great. Calling from Enugu.
Okay, your contribution.
Yeah, everybody on flexing now. Today is Friday now. Everybody's on flexing now.
Not normal.
Yeah, we are just keeping a cool head. Everybody's keeping it. Today no shouting for studio now because the normal thing when supposed to happen never happen first now. Yeah, this Nigerian league, this is our Nigerian league. We are not even they follow it. They happen for that league.
They follow Amo. They follow Amo.
Better enter transfer. They go Aba now.
Which stadium I want to go watch? But you know they get
Abia Stanship Stadium.
For example, now I want to go watch. You know, all these European stadiums. Not now the stadium sometimes they make boys they go watch ball. Now, bro, what I want to do this Nigeria, if you go there, there's no joy. You know they really see yourself for all those
screen.
But anyhow, now we straight today. You say Roman stars. I think Roman I like so far.
Okay.
I like the stars. Yes, I like them. You understand?
All right.
They're like us now. They finish done 3 times. Now one carry them. You understand? So I like them.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you.
I like them. I want them to win.
Okay.
So it means you go carry them now.
My own team no day and Nigerian Premier League where they support now no day. So since they know they really.
What team is that?
Which team you support? Which team?
Huh?
Which team you support?
Oh, you know my intonation is supposed to know now.
I don't know. Either Bender Insurance or Heartland or
Aqua United. Is it Aqua United?
Aqua United now.
Okay.
What on?
Aqua United. I don't know how to don't win that league wrong. Go Zamfara, go there.
All right. Thank you very much.
When they come back and they remember Premier League.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Bye. Okay, well, let's see. But we need to just find a way to support our own. That's why I brought that Fridays. We just need to talk about in length. So, for at least 30 minutes, talk about the Npfl, what is happening, the news there, and all, because we need to promote our own. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Name and location, please. Okay, what is your contribution?
The first contribution, just the bid for president.
Okay.
They don't bid for future. That is why Man U, Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal are bigger than. That person, it just be like person they do one quick money. So they know they bid for future. That is Whether
Okay.
they like it or not, that is how that is
Okay.
how they have been
Building.
Yeah, true
Okay.
that.
I get what
how they
you.
have been running that club.
True that,
Yeah.
yes.
So
Okay.
for any Rangers is defeating this
Enyimba.
Okay.
Alright.
Eyimba. Then Niger Tornadoes, they go wipe Remo Stars.
Mm.
Yes, I bet they go wipe Remo Stars.
Okay. Oh. We
So
go see.
Nasarawa is winning again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's see if your predictions will work.
So Nasarawa is winning again. Let's hope.
Let's hope. Let's hope
Let's
that they
hope.
are going to win.
Now, I shall listen to initial IG. Initial
Okay,
gra.
let's take another call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Everyone in the studio.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Name and location, please.
Okay, come out from Big.
Okay, what is your okay?
And we
We
lost
lost
him.
it. Okay, let's see. We're going to come back tomorrow and talk about the Premier League. The Premier League is going to be on tomorrow, and the biggest game of the weekend is going to be Chelsea. We host Arsenal at the Bridge, so it's going to be an interesting game. So join us tomorrow for that preview. It's going to be hot tomorrow in the studio. Who do
Going
you
to be
think?
explosive.
Yes, it's going to be explosive tomorrow. Who is going to win and who is not going to win? If Arsenal wins against Chelsea, they will move 9 points clear against Chelsea. If Chelsea wins, it's going to be 3 points behind Arsenal. So it's going to be an interesting game. Somewhere Man City will be praying that Chelsea wins so that they can cover up the point. But let's see what happens. Tomorrow we'll come back and discuss about this whole game. Hopefully Rangers International wins their game against Enyimba in that Oriental Derby. It's going to be an interesting game on Sunday versus Enyimba City in Aba. So let's see what happens in that game. Thank you for joining us on today's show. Thank you for those that join us on our YouTube channel. You guys are the best. Thank you for those that call. Thank you for all our fans that have been listening to us, following us, calling in to the show, making this show what it is. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We are entering December pretty soon, and this December go hot because Nations Cup is coming, Premier League is coming, everything is happening this December. Thank you very much for being part of this family. My name is Godwin. Have a wonderful day.